imaginary line. The flags are up. They have started the sequence. And they'll be sailing upwind to our left, towards the north, going around a white mark, coming back down around this white mark in front of us, going back up again, and through the same line that they started in. The start line and the finish are the same. We have 8 teams out here. We started with 10. 2 have been eliminated. And they might be here watching, though. We have 2 minutes left until the start. Boats number 4 and 7 way out there towards the lighthouse, coming back our way, trying to gain control. One minute, 10 seconds to the first start of the day. Number 7 luffing up number 4.
Annie,
can you read the name?
Set up down here.
Do you have the?
Then we have at least some shelter.
Okay. Do you have the pairing sheet for yesterday?
I do,
on
but
you?
I can't give it to you in the rain right now.
I just want to look and see who's who, so I can say who's who.
Well, Wilson and
I know who it is. But do you
Hardesty.
know which one's which?
No, I don't.
Hardesty wears dark, I think. Okay.
Yeah.
Hardesty 7.
Yeah, with 5 people on board.
Yeah, that's it. Okay. I already see a red flag flying from number 7. And Hardesty sails with 5 people, so we believe he's number 7. 10 seconds. It's not about being on time, it's about being in the lead. And number 7, staying high to try to squeeze number 4 out at the starting line. There's the horn. There's the start. Again, I see a red flag on number 7. That's a technical foul. If they have a breakdown or something broken, they have to do it before this.
Can you hand this to me when I go down there?
This sequence starts, and it's a green flag. So nothing broken. They're going very slow for this amount of wind. Trying to squeeze up in front of number 4, slow them down, and now you see 7 put the pedal down, going forward, going fast. And match racing, the game is to stay in front of your opponent. So if we see the boat behind turn or tack, we'll see the same thing happen on the front boat. Staying between the competition and the mark. This is the Chicago Match Race Center's Grade 2 Invitational. There are 5 grades in match racing plus the World Tour. And Grade 2, the second highest that they have. Next month, we'll have a Grade 1 match race. The Chicago Match Race Center will be sponsoring that, and there'll be prize money, $65,000 in fact. And the winner of this event will be invited to that event. So there's high stakes here. You don't get to just come to a match race, you have to be invited. And these are some of the top sailors in the world, not just skippers, but teams. It takes a group of people to coordinate, to work together, to have their teamwork down so that they can go out there and race in any condition, which is exactly what we've seen this weekend. We started on Friday. This is our 3rd day, and we've had light winds, medium winds, and as we can see, blustery winds with waves crashing over the seawall. You have your camera, great shot out there. Now we just need a little sun to peek through, and you'll have the perfect magazine cover. So number 7 and number 4 are racing upwind towards that white mark. In the meantime, number 8 is just practicing. They're off to the right. Little baby ducks right in front of us trying to swim upwind. All kinds of spectators out here. They'll be racing all day long. We'll have so many races. The umpires' heads will be spinning on what they were calling in which race at the end of the day. Number 7 with a big lead, now turning or tacking towards the top mark.
Interesting to see if they know where to shoot right away or if they just wait to use it only if they need to.
You haven't heard anything else about the second pair, right?
I haven't heard
Who's
it.
this? The second pair is over there. How much time do you have? Is it still ready? Is that running up? Or no, you stopped it? Okay, we have 2 more boats coming around the corner around those rocks that were placed there last night. Coming towards the starting line,
Minute and a half now.
boat number 6. About a minute and a half to their start. Racing towards the starting line, boat number 6 and number 5. Dubs, as soon as you can tell me who they are, I'll really appreciate it. Reaching across, coming up here, number 5 heading up towards the other boat and crossing behind them. Number 6 now coming up. We'll hear a horn shortly. That will be the start of this race. Watch them weave and duck and dive and head up. Canfield on the right and Jury on the left. So Canfield's number 6 and Jury's number 5. Nice move by number 6. Good clean start. Number 5 cannot hit this mark. They have to get around it without hitting it. If they hit it and the umpires see it, that's a foul. There is a yellow flag up on the umpire boat, which means number 6 has a penalty to do, and they're doing it now. They're taking it early. They want to get in the game right away and not save that penalty turn to the end. So they've done their turns. The yellow flag is still up, however. With the flag staying up, the umpire has decided that yellow has not been penalized enough, and they want them to do another turn. Meaning that whatever they did, and I didn't see it because they were way over there behind those rocks, whatever they did, they got too much of an advantage in the umpire's eyes, and they're going to have to do another turn before the umpires are satisfied that they're behind enough. They are behind number 5, however. Okay. Okay, coming around the bottom mark, number 7 in the lead. It's Hardesty's crew of 5 people. And then Don Wilson, number 4. The jib is wrapped around the forestay. It was so windy going downwind. If you let it out too far, it actually gets wrapped around. You can see the top of that sail is not happy. I'm not sure if they see that or not. They're trying to get it off. The only way to really do that is to head back down and let the sails out. Now, they don't want to do that. They might have to because they're not going to sail upwind with half of a jib. Now they're letting the halyard down, thinking maybe that will help. But as we watch number 4 struggle, There it goes. Perhaps they don't want to turn downwind. That's going the wrong way. But they're going to pull it down and unwrap it and then do it. Bad break for Don Wilson's team. He has a great crew out there with Eric Doyle, Steve Hunt, and Sam on the bow. Still not unwrapped. There's a batten or a stick in the top that prevents it from doing it easily. There they go. Back up, jib back up. That's going to happen a lot today. Not necessarily what happened there, but things breaking, mistakes made that are crucial towards crew work, keeping the boat going fast. So 7 with a huge lead, but as we can see, things happen in this breeze, and anything can happen. Number 7 has to play it very conservatively now. They just go around the top mark and sail home.
Yeah, they're, yeah, 4 put a spinnaker up.
4 did, but 7 didn't?
Yeah, Wilson.
I know,
And,
but 7, did he have a
no,
spinnaker
he did
up?
not. He had such a lead, he didn't need to.
Oh, wow.
No risk.
Okay.
No lifelines, you should point that out on these boats. Just open, small boats, working the bows.
So there's nothing to hold these sailors on board. There are no lifelines, as we like to call them, on bigger boats that are these wires that go around the top of the boat.
I just saw a dog blown off the chain.
Somebody just saw a dog blown off a chain. One of the spectators. Amazing. We talk about it, but we never see it. Where's the dog? Downwind. Okay. Well, let's see if they put a spinnaker up for this one.
You got to commentate more about the racing, what's going on. It's not going through well on the live feed right now.
It's not going on the live feed?
It's on the live
It's
feed.
on the
It
live
just
feed.
it seems very
I didn't
scattered.
know we were on the live feed
Oh,
at
yeah.
all.
Oh, yeah.
That's good to know.
Whole day is.
Okay. Doc, you gonna help me? You gonna help me commentate, or is it just me by
I'm trying to
myself?
get set up here. Yeah, I understand. And so I'm trying to get Scott here.
Just checking. Coming around the top mark. These boats. Here goes one with a spinnaker. Blue spinnaker going up. Look at the waves crashing over the seawall. Okay, yellow spinnaker going up, not in control yet. You can see the water flying off that spinnaker as it collapses, and here they go. Number 5, screaming downwind.
Well, Annie, I've got Scotty Dixon out on the water, can give us some reports from this maelstrom of conditions. Scotty, you out there for us, mate?
Finally. Okay.
Yeah, I think so, Dobbs. We're having a bit of a wild time out here. Plenty of action already. Bill Hardesty just mastering the conditions, sailed away from Don Wilson upwind and smoked away downwind with the kite. Don Wilson had a massive problem with his jib around the bottom. And we've got a roundup on the race course, and that's Taylor Canfield, I believe. Laurie Jury coming into the bottom mark, but it's Taylor Canfield, the one yellow kite. And in all kinds of trouble. You can see he can't even bear away. He's trying to ease the main. He needs to get weight on the rail. It's really struggling. So there's your first indication that very testing conditions out here right now, Dobbs.
Well, thanks for that, Scotty. Certainly looks dramatic from here on the shore. What do you estimate the wind speed to be, Scotty?
Well, Hui reckons 22 to 25, and I think there's some puffs probably above that. But the team's all struggling. There's only 2 teams that I saw practicing with a spinnaker this morning. One was Bill Hardesty, as you would expect, and the other was Laurie Jury, who's sailing upwind right now, and Taylor Canfield only just rounding the leeward mark now with a lot of work to do. So anyway, it's a no surprise to me that some of the more experienced teams shining in this stuff, Dobbs.
Is it match racing, Scotty, or is it survival?
Yeah, well, I hate to say anything over the radio, in case the race committee's listening, but it is those that can handle the boats and those that are struggling. So, the teams that are handling the boats are doing it quite well, and just the teams have to be on their toes.
Well, Scotty, in your experience in the match racing tour and other events, have you seen conditions like this anywhere else? I mean, is this is this a venue that you would normally have this?
Oh yeah, it's nothing we haven't seen before, Dobbs. I think you and I have both raced in Bermuda when you've got semi-hurricane going through, and you go out and you put a reef in the main and you deal with it. So that's what the teams are doing here. The mains are reefed, and obviously it's more about boats, equipment, and team management and this stuff. But still good racing. Laurie Jury had an exceptional pre-start against Taylor Canfield. He got 2 penalties on Canfield in the pre-start, so Canfield had to do one immediately after the start. And that just gave Laurie Jury the control of the race, and he's really just ripped off his rearview mirror, and he's just sailing away here, Dobbs.
Well, Scotty, we're trying to monitor our VHF radio here, but even the conditions are tough on the radios. We think we've heard the race committee just transmit that the next flight will be no spinnakers. We're going to try to get a confirmation on that, but thanks very much for those reports on the water. Annie, what do you think?
I think this is fantastic. I love seeing them out here in such great conditions. The waves breaking over the wall out there. And as you said, we have seen these conditions before. These teams are so good. They can sail in anything. And I think they're excited to be out here in these blustery waves and winds. A lot of the boats seem to be going around the corner, though, other than the 2 that are still racing. Not sure if we've heard anything, or they're just trying to stay out of the danger zone, if you will, and keep their boat sailing and not break anything until the next race starts. We are finishing this 4th flight of round robin 2, and once we finish the 4th flight, we'll go right into the 5th flight.
Yeah, that's loud and clear.
This is actually the 4th time that Hardesty and Wilson were attempting that race. So Hardesty came out on top. Another win for him, a bad break for Wilson, who had been winning the first time they had gone around. Here comes Anna Tunnicliffe's team around the corner. As we look at their sails, the main sails are all reefed. You can see that they've reduced their sail area. That was mentioned at the sailing brief this morning. They had to bring their sails down and reduce sail. We had also the notice that spinnakers were going to be used. It's up to the sailors whether they want to or not. And as we saw in the first race, Hardesty elected not to use the spinnaker. They had such a good lead, there was no reason to risk it. But the other boat put theirs up, and here comes one right now.
Too much wind.
Flying downwind with the CME Group spinnaker. Flying in, look at the waves crashing behind them. The bow wake just all the way to the top of the hull. Everybody's sitting far back except for the person that's going to be taking that spinnaker down. The people on the front of the boats, quite the athletes. They have to hold on, keep their balance while they're rock and rolling.
Copy that.
Here they come through the finish line.
Race committee commentary again. Can you please also give us a countdown into your foxtrot over?
It was Canfield versus Jury, and that looks like it's Jury. Jury takes the win on this one. As we saw at the start, there was a yellow flag up on the umpire boat. I'm not sure if I can see it right now. Dobbs, do you see a yellow flag up there anymore?
Negative. All I see are the sheep out of the pen. But I did, Annie, get a confirmation from the race committee for the next flight will be no spinnakers. So take a good look now, and get all the images you can, mental and otherwise, because this may be the last spinnaker we see until the wind drops down to something that's subatomic.
Good point. So here comes our last spinnaker with Canfield, Taylor Canfield, the sailing director here at Chicago Match Race Center, and they're doing a jibe right now. This is generally when things happen, turning the boat and flipping the sails to the sides, but nice controlled spinnaker jibe there. The jib is up. They've just lost the sheet on the spinnaker. Again, no yellow flag, as Dobbs just pointed out to me. And here they come. Spinnaker a little bit out of control, but here they come.
Yeah, they, as you said, Laurie Jury took that match by quite a big margin. So Taylor Canfield flying the kite into the finish, just for valor, certainly, and showing they can do it. But their team very polished. They have more time in these boats than anyone else. They did have that unfortunate broach on the first downwind leg that Scotty so ably narrated for us. And that's what kind of took them out of the match. So I think we'll take just a brief break here for a while and sponge ourselves off and wait for the next match race action. Here will be Flight 5 in the second round robin. We've got just 3 more flights to go before concluding this phase of the competition. So from the Chicago Match Race Center's Grade 2 Invitational, I'm Dobbs Davis here with Annie Gardner, Scott Nick Dixon on the water. We're going to take a brief break.